Now let's see question number 8. Okay, before I start, just remember, if whenever if you have any questions to ask, let me know in the comments. Okay, and if you have learned something new from this video, do like it and subscribe the channel so that whenever I upload a new video, and then you can straight away see those videos. Okay, so do subscribe it, and if you have any questions from the video or you do not understand anything, let me know in the comments. Okay, now question 8. Jamil, Kiara and Luther collect badges. Jamil has X badges, Kiara has 12 badges more than Jamil, Luther has 3 times as many badges as Kiara. Altogether they have 123 badges. Find an equation and solve it to find the values of X. Now first of all, what we know that if we add all of their 3 badges, all of these 3 people's badges, their total will be 123. Okay, and for let's start with Jamil then. Jamil has X badges. Okay, and what about Kiara? Kiara has 12 badges more than Jamil, so Kiara has 12 more than Jamil. What was Jamil? Jamil was X. Okay, and what about Luther? Luther has 3 times as many as Kiara. Well, so 3 times as many means 3 multiplied. Okay, as many as Kiara. Kiara has 12 plus X here. This was Kiara, and Kiara had 12 plus X. Okay, and we have found the equation now, and I'm just going to solve it now. X plus X, and first let me just first open the bracket here, so it will be just one more step. X plus 12 plus X plus 3 times 12. 3 times 12 is 36, plus 3 times X is 3X, is equals to 123. Okay, and I will add the X with the X's. Okay, so 1X plus another X, X2X, and plus 3X is 5X. So it's 5X plus 12 plus 38 is 48, is equals to 123. Now 48 on the left hand side is positive, on the right hand side it will be a negative. So 5x is equals to 123 minus 48, which is 123 minus 48, it is 75. So 5x is equals to 75, and 5, to remove this 5 I have to divide 5 on both sides. Okay, so it will be x is equals to 75 divided by 5, which is 15. Okay, now part B. Find the integer values of t which satisfy the inequalities. Now if you have a problem with splitting this, whenever you see two inequalities, you have to split the equation and then solve it. And if you have a problem, for example, you don't know where to stop and split and where to start for the second equation, follow this procedure. Okay, you start from the left hand side for the first equation. For example, it's 4t plus 7, and you see the first inequality 39. When you see the second inequality, stop right there. Okay, do not write that, and then let us just solve this first. It will be 4t positive 7 on the left hand side, on the right hand side it will be a negative 7. Okay, so this will be 32. 40. To get rid of the 4, I have to divide 4 on both sides, and this is t is less than 32 over 4, which is 8. Okay, now the first part is solved here, and for the second part, last in the first equation we started from the left. Now we will start from the right. Okay, so right, like from the left this time we are going to start. The first inequality has arrived now. This is 39, and now we see the second equality from the left. Again we will stop right there. Okay, so in the first one we started from the left, we stopped at the inequality second, and again for the second equation we started from the right and we stopped at the second inequality again. Okay, and now I will just solve this. Positive 2 on the right hand side, on the left hand side it will be a negative 2. Okay, 7t. So 39 minus 2 is 37. 7t, divide by 7 on both sides. Okay, so 37 divided by 7 is 5.2. Okay, it's 5.2. So t is greater than or equal to 5.2. Now we haven't solved the question yet, because the question was asking us that find the integer values. We have to find the integer means a whole number. Okay, values of t which satisfy the inequalities. Now what could be the integer? It has to be either equal to 5.2 or more than 5.2 but less than 8. Okay, but 5.2 is not an integer, it's a decimal. So the greater than 5.2, 6 can be an integer which is less than 8 also, so it will satisfy. So 6 is our first value. And what about after 6? The second integer comes is 7, and which is less than 8 too. Okay, so we'll write 7, and after 7 8 comes, but 8 cannot be the answer because the t is less than 8. Okay, there is no equal sign here. Okay, so these are the two values. Now part C, solve the following equation. Whenever you see x on the denominator, it is always a good idea to move it, to get rid of the denominators while solving the equations. Whenever you want to get rid of the denominator, you will multiply both sides by this denominator, or in other words, you can cross it up on the other side of the equation. Okay, so it will be 21 minus x is equals to 4 times x plus 3. Okay, and 4 times x is 4x, and then 4 times 3 is 12, and this is the same. Okay, let me take the x on the right hand side and the numbers on the left hand side. Okay, so 21, this positive 11, positive 12 right on the right hand side, on the left hand side it will be negative 12 is equals to 4x, and x will be on the right hand side. On the left it was negative, on the right it will be a positive. Okay, so 21 minus 12 is 9. 4x plus another x is 5x. So to get rid of this 5, it wasn't being multiplied, I will divide. Okay, so x is equals to 9 over 5, which is 1.8. Okay, now part D. Oh, sorry, it's not part D, it's C2. Now we are given a quadratic equation because it has x square term, it has a x term, and it has a number. Okay, these three terms, whenever you see these three terms, it means it is a quadratic equation. Now there are only three methods in your syllabus to solve the quadratic equation. First is the factorization, and second is the formula. Okay, formula, and the third one is the completing the square method. Okay, completing the square method. Now whenever you see something they have written correct two decimal places, okay, correct two decimal places, you cannot use the factorization method. Okay, you cannot use the factorization method. Why? Because in factorization method the answer is not to two decimal place, it's a whole number. Okay, it's a proper integer, so we cannot use this. What we can use is formula and completing the square. Now in this video I'm going to use formula. Why? Because that is more popular and most of the students prefer the formula, but in real I prefer this method, completing the square. So if anyone of you would like to know how we use this method, let me know in the comments. Okay, but in this one I'm going to use the popular one, which is formula. But remember, in completing the square you do not have to remember any formula, all you have to do is use some algebra and you will get the answers. Okay, but in this one I'm going to use the formula. So I should have three values for formula. A is equals to my first value, which is with the x square. Don't write the x square with the a. Okay, b is equals to 7, and then c is the number. C is equals to minus 5. My formula is minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac, everything over 2 times a. Okay, and now I will substitute. I have always seen students making a mistake while substituting. For example, if it was minus 7, they will just write minus 7. Actually, it is minus 7, and then b is another minus 7, so it will be a positive 7. That's why sometimes I prefer this method. Okay, and but just let me know if anybody wants to know how it is done. Okay, so it will be minus b plus minus a root again b, which is 7 square, minus 4a, which is 3, c, which is minus 5, everything over 2 times 3. Okay, and just one more step to get the 2 marks. You have got 1 mark here. There are 2 marks for 1 mark for this answer and 1 mark for this answer. There is 1 more mark. That's why they have written show all your working, because there are marks for working. Okay, so just one more step I'm going to do. It will be minus 7 plus minus, and everything will be over 6, that's for sure. I will just solve what was inside the root. Okay, which is 7 square minus 4 times 3 times minus 5. That's all what I am going to solve, which is 109. Okay, and then the rest I will just do it in the calculator. Okay, so when you will add, you will have 0.5733. X is equals to 0.5733. Always show at least 4 numbers. Or x is equals to, if you subtract, you will get minus 2.906 and so on. Okay, so we have to show to 2 decimal places. So even if I have written to 3 decimal places, that would have been enough for this one. Okay, so 2 decimal place for this one will be 0.57, and for this one will be negative 2.91. Okay, and if you have any questions regarding this question, or regarding the completing the square method, or regarding any other difficult question you are facing, let me know on the comments. Okay, thanks for watching.